Welcome to Pop Takes, where we discuss and debate anything and everything happening in pop culture. I'm Hal Robison.
And I'm Caitlin Brenner. If you've been on Twitter lately, you've probably heard of the Fab Five from Netflix's revival of Queer Eye.
If you haven't, Queer Eye is a reality self-help show where experts from the fields of beauty, fashion, home decor, food, and relationships help transform the lives of men struggling to keep up with each of these categories.
Now, we love every iconic member, but we're here to get down to the truth. Who is the best member of the Fab Five?
This is very important. So we'll start with arguably the most recognizable member, Jonathan. And like before I watched the show, I had seen Jonathan on Twitter, like gifs of him and stuff. He's too memorable.
He's so memorable.
To just scroll past.
His hair, his personality. He has like the most taglines out of anybody on the show too. Like, what does he say? Fiercedom and...
Yeah, and there's a whole bit where he teaches someone how to like walk through perfume, which is it's amazing. I feel like he can be the most over the top, but like that's what makes him Jonathan, and that's what makes him amazing.
True. Like he's so special to the group. The group would not be the same without him, that's for sure.
And like his reveals are usually pretty exciting. Like sometimes it depends on the person, because if you haven't seen Queer Eye, they will Jonathan's the grooming expert, so he'll give makeovers and things. So sometimes there's not much of a haircut happening, but there's a few where it's like intense beard shave.
Yeah, like they look like
haircut.
a different person.
So those can be really, really cool.
Yeah, even when it's not a lot of change, like he makes it exciting with his reactions. So that's always really entertaining to watch.
It's always good.
All right, so the next member of the Fab Five that we're going to talk about is Bobby, who's the home renovator of the group. Now, I love watching his progression in the show because arguably he has the hardest job. I mean, he like has to redo a whole entire house, basically.
Yeah, and I think he gets the least screen time in doing that. Like, he doesn't, I don't know, I don't feel like they show as much of his planning. Like, sometimes, I don't know, sometimes he'll mention stuff, but it's not as big of a thing until the reveal at the end.
Yeah. Like,
whereas, like, you go through the haircut with Jonathan, or like later you see them go shopping.
Like it seems like a longer process with the other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas
but making a house is definitely a long process. So they literally like shorten it up into like a 15-minute second. Well, not 15 minute, like a 15-second like little show of like, yeah, I changed this whole entire house, but here you go. Like this is it.
He always looks good. He always has a cute hat. So. Yes. So Bobby is a strong contender. The next member of the Fab Five is the food expert, Anthony.
Yes.
Anthony is very cute. This is important.
He looks like John Mayer, arguably. It's always been in my head.
I
see it. I can't get it out of my head. It's messing with me. But yes, he is very cute. He's the cutest one out of all of them.
He's just like very sweet. He seems like he really like cares about like the people that when he's talking to them about cooking, he's like, oh, you can do this. Like he really believes in them, which really warms my heart. But there is some speculation about Anthony's cooking skills. Not to spoil anything, but there is an interesting salad choice.
Yeah,
there's only 2 ingredients.
Yeah, it's grapefruit and avocado, and it's a salad apparently. And people never know for sure if he's an actual chef. Like, I'll give it to him. I'll give him the chef title. Like, obviously, he's better at cooking than me, like, hands down. But grapefruit and avocado.
I mean, but they seem to really love it. Like, when they're eating it, they look like they're having a good time. So maybe I
can't judge.
Maybe I just don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Can't afford grapefruit and avocado on this college budget.
Yeah, so maybe I'll try it out when I have money. I don't know. I'll credit him. The next member we're going to talk about is personally my favorite, the British fashion guru, Tan. Literally look at him. I love him so much. His hair is always on point. His clothes are always great. I mean, he's the fashion expert, so like no surprise.
Yes.
But I love watching his contribution to the show because personally, like, I find it so exciting watching like the clothes of the men change and their style change.
It's wild how much fashion can change how attractive someone looks. Like,
yes.
Like how dressing well like really changes like a whole person. It's wild. It is crazy. You have to see it.
Yeah, and like according to him, basically the only thing you need to like redo your wardrobe is a printed button-up shirt and then a nice jacket over it.
Yeah, like or like a nice undershirt.
Yeah.
Like
sometimes a hat.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and then it just fixes you.
He like knows how to get all of these guys just like fashion ready, and they get it after only a week. It's very impressive.
Yeah.
And last but not least, definitely not least in my heart, is Carano. He has, I think, the most difficult job because he has to dig really deep into like what, you know, like he's the relationship culture expert. So he has more of these like deep, long talks with people, and he really like gets to know them. Like some of the more emotional parts of the show are when he's talking with, you know, whoever that episode is about, and like really like talking to them maybe about like their family or like what they have been through, and that I really love that.
Yeah, he gets really like personal with them, which I really enjoy watching. Because I mean, the other transformations are always enjoyable to watch because they're entertaining and they can be funny. But when it comes to like changing someone's life, like at their core, that's super emotional, and that's what the show is really about. So I think without him, like you would be losing the real meaning of Queer Eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, like improving someone's fashion and the way that they can cook and the like way that they do their hair is like, yeah, it's fun to watch, but then I don't know, in the end, like, and they all contribute to this, but in the end you see like how these people's lives are really changed and they go back out into the world with this new confidence.
Yeah.
And I think that Carano really, really contributes to that.
For sure.
And I think that's super important.
For sure, yeah.
So
right.
now that we've gone through them, who's your final choice?
So my favorite is Tan. Has to be my favorite. I mean, I love them all. It's hard to choose, but it's always Tan, deep down in my heart. I love him. I love fashion, so maybe that's the reason that I love him so much. I don't know. Maybe it's his accent. I don't know. I love Tan.
And I mean, you probably already can tell, but I just love Carano.
Yes.
He's just so good. Like, come on, hit me right in the heart.
Exactly.
It really gets me.
Yes.
But in all, we know that each member of the Fab Five brings their own unique individual strengths, and we love them all for the amazing things that they're doing for the men on the show.
Exactly. They're all great. Who's your favorite member of the Fab Five? Tweet us at MUTV23 and make sure to visit our content on mutv.missouri.edu.
Thanks for watching, Tigers. Have a great spring break, and we'll see you next time on E23.